Rivals brought to you by Utah Ice Centers has arrived, and of course we want to talk about baseball. The only way we can talk about it is if a fight breaks out. That's the only way Jason even wants to discuss baseball.
Well, it's exciting.
The Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, which are huge rivals, got into a little Donnybrook, I guess, as they say.
Donnybrook.
It brought up a lot of emotions for Jason. So
I loved it. There's a great fights are awesome. It's exciting. It's a payback, man. You're playing at this high level of intensity, and there's a rivalry going on, and you know what? Somebody comes and they throw a cheap shot at you, you're going to pay them back. That's just sports.
Yeah, there's this kind of unwritten etiquette in baseball, and you never show up anyone. Well, the Yankees apparently showed up the Red Sox, but the folks in Boston were actually kind of excited about this because it meant their team kind of has a little bit of spunk to them. They got a little fight, a little fire behind them.
And the Scots, a little piss and vinegar.
I think people want to see from their teammates, you know, are you passionate about playing this sport? But there's a couple of different things that happen in fights in all the different sports, because obviously baseball, it's kind of it's just funny because the retaliation in baseball is, all right, you do something to show us up, whether it's you hit a home run and you don't look the right way, you don't run fast enough, whatever, or if your cleats are high in baseball, the next time you come up to bat, you can expect to get hit.
You're gonna get beat with that
right?
baseball. I mean, technically it's high and inside, and I didn't really
protecting
mean
the inside of the plate,
but it just happens to be.
It's all intentional, right?
It's all intentional.
And so after a while, it spills over and it ends up in this fight, where in the NFL there are other kinds of fights, right? Because you have fights in practice, and then you don't have fights so much in games.
No, because it hits the pocketbook in games. Well, and you're not helping your team out. So in fall camp especially, that's where most of the fights are. You know, everybody's making the team. You know, the temper's up. You've been battling 2-a-days, and you know everybody's throwing down in fall camp. But in the game, you don't go out and throw a cheap shot or a punch in a game. I mean, there's payback in the game. I'm participated in some payback back in the day when people would cheap shot me. We all covered each other's back, but you would do it in ways that I would never risk getting thrown out of the game.
Yeah, a different thing in football. Now, fights, if they broke out in practice, that was basically like saying we're just going to have a 5-minute break here.
Yeah,
right? And there's an etiquette to fighting in the NFL as well.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of rules you have to remember. One rule is do not take your helmet off. And all the young guys just, for whatever reason, decide to take their helmet off.
You're like, idiot.
They're going to show you how tough they are, and really it's kind of how dumb.
Come up there, you know, and you're like, going to man up with his helmet off, and we're all like, put your helmet on, man.
Yeah. And then the next one is the head coach or one of the assistants. Someone who's not in uniform tries to stop a fight. You don't stop fights in the NFL. All it is it's the guys are just like, look, we need a little break here. We've kind of been banging heads for a while.
Yeah.
The fights are really meaningless in practice. It's actually quite,
I've seen some pretty cool moves.
Comical.
I've seen some good, WWE wrestling moves here and there. Some guys go down. Everybody's like, ooh, good one. But generally, it's a tie-up and a lot of body shots, and then in 30 seconds, everybody's just dead tired and worn out, and you go back. But it's so funny because culturally in the NFL, the offensive players and coaches are all over on the other side yelling, stop it, somebody's getting hurt. Defensive players are over there, yeah, and they're high-fiving each other. The coaches are high-fiving and like, yeah. It's funny. It's just that separation in the fights always.
Now, basketball is a different story because in basketball, it's not really a fight. It's like, I'm going to charge you, but I hope someone's going to grab me and hold me back, right? It's like they don't really want to fight. They just want to make that move like they're going to fight, and everyone's like, oh, no, you need to calm down. You need to calm. What I'd like to see in the NBA is the guy to charge and everyone just to say, go for it. You know?
Yeah,
and then he
like in hockey,
and just watch him.
The officials all step back,
and the gloves come off. See, people go to hockey matches, games,
I love
whatever
hockey.
They want to watch a fight in hockey. That's why they go to the hockey match, because it's like something's going to happen.
Now, basketball, the only time it really got real is when Tree Rollins, was biting off Danny Ainge's finger in the bottom of the little pile there.
And Danny Ainge was just pestering the heck out of him.
Oh, yeah. But Tree Rollins went cannibal.
The only sport that really fighting is kind of a joke it's soccer, right? And it's all the flopping. It's like it's like come on,
all the fake acting.
Yeah,
stuff.
the fake acting and all that. It's embarrassing. In fact, they should start a fight with the guy that flops and just say, you know what, we're going to beat the crap out of you because you're a wuss and you're flopping when you shouldn't flop.
Yeah. I'm like, that sucks. You know, one thing that hurt our payback in the NFL is back in our day, if the ball was live, you could just rip somebody's head off 80 yards away from the ball. Right? I mean, if somebody wasn't looking, you could ear hole them, right? No matter where you were on the field. And now they have that rule where they'll penalize you if it doesn't affect the play and you're away from far away from the ball and it really doesn't affect it. You can't go rip somebody's head off. So that was a great place to pay back.
You knew there were times when officials weren't watching. Yeah. There's a transition, the ball's down the field, all that stuff. Well, but now you can actually get kicked out of games. Penalties can be called, right? The Big Brother's always watching now.
Always
watching now, and not
so
only
much more efficient. Than
not only watching, but can call a penalty and have you ejected from a game on the spot.
Yeah.
And they can override an official or actually assist an official. I know, Jason, your life is if you played in the NFL now, you'd never play.
Because we would and I only. Payback, right? If somebody did a dirty shot, broke etiquette, right?
Yeah.
Broke etiquette, tried to injure you, and it was clear and everybody knew it, we'd go back to the huddle and we'd be like, hey, to one of your buddies, this dude did this, we're gonna pay him back. And you would find a way to do it.
See, I don't really want to tick off the defensive lineman, and I always want to take care of the offensive lineman. That was kind of my, call me stupid, but it was like, why incite people like you and give them more. Now I wouldn't back down if I was challenged because I'm not intimidated by you, but I just wouldn't give you added incentive to come after me.
Yeah.
No. And the offensive lineman.
I never had a quarterback do it. Well, in college I had a quarterback pop off to me, but never had a quarterback.
Offensive linemen don't want your quarterback getting you more riled because then you got to deal with a whole lot more of you.
I had one guy in the NFL. It's always the second guy that retaliates and punches back and gets the flag. So I had one guy. Little sucker, he just went and tried to get me, and he didn't get me. But we're playing the Raiders in the playoffs, and they throw an interception, and I'd had pressure on the quarterback. They throw an interception, so you turn and pick up, and I'm not going to kill a quarterback, right?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, if he's running and trying to make a tackle, I will.
Whatever.
But generally, I'm back there.
That's a lie, Jason. You know it's a lie.
I'm back there at the running back, right? And the quarterback, because I just had pressure on the QB. He throws the interception, so I spin. The first person I pick up is Marcus Allen, right? So I drop down and I get my hands in his chest and I've got him, man. I just own him, right? And I'm not killing him. I'm just turning him and I've got him, and he's a little guy compared to me. And so I've got him, and he cheap shots me. He slaps me in the face, right? He's like, boom, does that one. And I'm like, right? I pick him up off the ground, I'm shaking him. Offensive linemen are running and hitting me and everything. And I didn't punch, but he was trying to get me to. I was like, you little dog, to cheap shot me. But I didn't fall for it. I almost raged. I shook the body a little bit. But
great self-control.
Great self-control. Barely.
Right. Hey, Rivals has arrived, and now it's time to go. You can text Rivals to 65537. Go to all of those social sites and like us. They're right there at the bottom. And if you're smart, dial us up on your smartphone. This round of Rivals is now over.
Off to our corners.
I am not him, Jason Buck.
And I am not Scott Mitchell.
But we are related. We'll catch you soon.
Love it.